The rhinos in Congress and the leadership still standing in the way of President Trump's agenda. The Washington Post saying Arizona Senator John McCain could cast the deciding vote again against tax cuts this time, just as he killed the health care bill. And another health care opponent, Maine Senator Susan Collins, you'll be delighted to hear. She is just shocking everyone. She's going to stay in the public trough, in the Senate, rather than run for the governor of her state. Joining me now, Matt Schlapp, chairman of the American Conservative Union, great American, Washington Times columnist, Fox News contributor, Tammy Bruce, also great American, and delighted to have you both here.
Great to be here.
Let's start with these successes. This has been an extraordinary week for the president. He talked on the campaign trail about action, not words. He's a man of action, and he's delivering. And he doesn't need McConnell. He's serving notice as well to Capitol Hill.
Yeah, he is. And this is what's really, it ends up being what Capitol Hill being an obstructionist framework has really ended up being a benefit for the president, allowing him to learn how to move past them, to highlight really his strengths, which is getting things done on his own. And imagine what could happen if, in fact, everybody got it and everybody wanted to serve the American people the way the president is. So we're in luck in that regard. But clearly, there are large things that the government needs to get done, that McConnell and Ryan need to move forward. And if they don't, as there was this group of conservative groups earlier this week saying that McConnell should step down. Get out. It's time.
Matt, isn't it the reality that the GOP establishment, the entrenched, those who are entrenched in the public trough, Democratic elites, the business establishment, they all really understand one thing. If President Trump succeeds, and he is succeeding beyond, I think, anyone's wildest imagination to this point, if he succeeds, they're all in a hell of a lot of trouble.
Oh, that's absolutely right. And, just behind all of this is sheer panic still from all of those quarters. And let's talk about Susan Collins just for a minute, because we're oh, come on. let me just say this, because in the state of Maine, which we've been told forever that the more moderate and liberal you are as a Republican, the better you'll do. You know why she's staying in the Senate, Lou? The true story is that she wants to be the governor of Maine, but she can't get out of a Republican primary. Even Republicans in Maine are tired of her act, because it's not ideological. It is conservatives, it's moderates, it's people across this country who are sick and tired of the fact that Congress says they will do things, and Republicans in Congress say they will do things, and they simply fail to get them done, and they're not going to take it anymore.
Let's go to tax reform, tax cuts. Is it realistic to even consider the possibility that there would be tax cuts? The Speaker Ryan, when he wasn't creating a foreign policy for Puerto Rico today, was suggesting that he's going to keep people working even on Fridays, if you can imagine that.
Oh, my goodness.
What a threat.
It might break a sweat out there. Look, I've said this for a while, and it's not brain surgery. Nothing's going to happen this year. They couldn't deliver with Obamacare. There's a reason for that. That wasn't a fluke. It was it's what I think McConnell wanted. And I think that we're going to be in the same dynamic here. McConnell actually had noted that they would get tax reform by the end of this Congress. Which means he's anticipating next year. So he's already deciding to do it in that fashion.
I would say that McConnell, Matt, is anticipating having, taken down another major agenda item. The man he's becoming loathsome in his lack of principle and integrity, fidelity, and concern about the national interest.
Well, I'm going to risk doing something here on a Friday, and that is to agitate you both. I actually think he's...
You don't have to worry about me, but Tammy's going to...
You're not
I'm worried about Tammy. I think that McConnell actually understands the political noose that's around his neck, that if we really do fail, and I'm a Republican, if we really do fail, we've already failed on Obamacare, if we fail on taxes, which, by the way, is going to be awfully tough, I agree with Tammy, awfully tough to get done. If we fail on that as well, I think there's going to be a wholesale revolt in the Republican Party, and I think it's going to be off with everyone's head.
Well, if there's any sense of self-preservation, you would assume that some of the people in the conference would want to win, to succeed, and to do so lined up shoulder to shoulder with the president. It's startling to watch this.
It is startling, but they're not blaming the president because they want the president's agenda. And in the Senate, the John McCains and the Bob Corkers and the Susan Collins, I'll tell you, I think in these primaries across this country, I do think you're going to see wholesale change because you can't keep winning elections and not getting anything done.
Well, this president is getting things done, and that is going to be the headline that will be greeting the eyes of everyone walking into polling booths in the 2018 midterms. And I think that everyone on Capitol Hill should understand something. There will be two winners. It will be the country, and it will be the president who leads in the successes that he is chalking up every week. They are going to be decimated, and irrespective, Donald Trump as president will prevail again. There's just no way. There's just no way that these kind of small people like Ryan and McConnell can in any way impede that. Maybe the agenda, but not the president.
Get it done.
Matt Schlapp, Tammy Bruce, thank you both for being with us.